out how to do this. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Someday I'll Have a Podcast. It's been a hot minute, hot minute. And you know what? That's been on purpose. Man, life just keeps happening. You all know, I know, we know together. Life is unpredictable. Life is hard. Life is challenging. Life is left, right, and center at any given moment. Like anyone who makes plans, you should know that they will not go according to what you think they are going to go according to. It's just not always, it's not written in the stars that way. So it's almost February 2025, and I'm driving through the very rainy Midwest. There's some sort of eerie fog encapsulating the highway, kind of guiding me to my final destination, which will be Arlington, Virginia, my new temporary home, starting, I guess, tonight, whenever I arrive. And man, life's been crazy. Oh my gosh, so many things I want to say. I was talking to one of my English students who lives in Brazil, and he says a joke they have in Brazil is that the year starts after Carnival, because that's usually the end of January, beginning of February, that Carnival happens, and the whole country, it's a party for the whole country. It's a celebration in the streets, in the shops, everywhere you go, every city, everywhere, everything is just celebrating. And so the new year officially starts after Carnival. The new year officially starts after the Chinese New Year, which is usually the end of January. The new year doesn't start till we ease into, the end of the first month. And I love that. I like that. I'm so over these rigid, rules or ideas. Like, let's just be one day at a time, okay? I half set my goals for the year. I half didn't. I started writing things down, and then I wanted to rethink some things. And I don't know. I think I'm really taking my time, and that's not something I'm used to doing. If you are new around here, new to the podcast, new to the YouTube channel, new to my life, hi, hello. I never move slowly. I'm always on the go. Everything is nonstop. And lately, I feel like I've been called to just relax, calm, slow my roll a little bit. Although I don't want to, it's so fun, going. It's also, I think this is a big lesson. And I think also it's been teaching me patience the last 3 years. I think I've said, my word of the year, one of my words of the year is going to be patience. Every year. And every year, by the end of the year, I kind of sit there feeling like I didn't really work on that or grow that skill or that quality quite enough this year. So maybe this is finally the time. I know I've been wanting to work towards it. And maybe now these are it's really my time to slow down, be patient, wait for the seeds that I've planted to start growing and blossoming. I've got a lot of seeds planted, okay? A lot of seeds have been planted in me in the last 5-10 years. And I think that this lesson of patience, I don't know, I think it's finally setting in and maybe starting to make sense. We just got off of Groove Cruise, which was literally the largest music cruise in history, with about 6,000 people. I don't know what I was expecting. I had not a lot of expectations, and it blew me away. It was a beautiful experience. I mean, the planets aligned, guys. Who saw that or who heard about this? I did read mixed things about kind of this phenomenon, but we saw 4 planets aligned in the sky. We were floating in the middle of the ocean a week ago and could visibly see with our naked eyes Mars, Venus, Jupiter, and we're sitting on Earth in the middle of the ocean in this large body of water, in the essence of Earth, right? This salty wind, ocean mist, literally being attacked by the wind on the front of this giant boat and seeing these planets align, such a crazy experience. And energetically, man, I mean, the emotions are flowing, everything, just everything. And it's a beautiful time to be alive. It was beautiful to witness that. And I don't even exactly know what it means energetically, but I can feel it. The emotions have been up and down and all around. I mean, the lessons, the blessings, all of it, all of it. The hard things, the phenomenal things, the easy things, all of it, you know, the tests. Yes, so many things happening on so many levels. And to be a part of it, to be alive at this time, let's just take a moment of breath and gratitude. Y'all, to really be alive during this time, it's crazy. It's crazy. And if you live in the United States, it's even crazier because I don't know what's happening. And I have a lot of fear. I have a lot of anger, but I also have a lot of peace, feeling like I have faith and hope that the lessons we need to learn and the things we need to break through, we're going to get there. And so let this be my virtual hug to you. I see you, I hear you, people that are scared, people that are afraid, people that are nervous, anxious, people that are happy. Just know I see you and I'm listening, and I always want this to be a conversation. I want to know you, I want to connect with you, I want to understand. Man, there's a lot of crazy things happening, and on the soul level, on the basic level of humanity, we need to stick together. We need to take care of each other. And I think that was something very beautiful that we learned on this cruise, or that I feel like I learned on this cruise as well. It's a very special community, and a community of people who really see each other and take care of each other. It's amazing to be a physical part of that. And it's encouraging me to continue diving deeper into that, into communities that I feel seen and heard, even when it's not, I don't have to put on this facade of who I am. It's just who I am. And I guess to explain that in a little bit deeper way, I don't feel like I have to be Ren the performer, or Ren the dancer, or Ren the comedian, or Ren the friend, or Ren the anything. I am just fully me. And I'm seen and appreciated in these communities just for existing, right? I don't have to put on this face of, oh, I'm a YouTube creator, or I'm trying to establish myself in this realm, or I am, I have this idea that this is why it brings me value. It feels like just being a human, sharing space with other humans, it's cool. And man, I feel like it brings me to the basic levels, and it kind of reminds me of like connecting with our ancestors. This is what our ancestors did and were like, and their inherent, they saw each other's inherent value. Is that the right word? Inherent value? I guess so. Not by proving themselves, but just by being, and I'm reading this book. It's the 7 Types of Spirit Guide. And this book came into my life years ago now, but it's never felt like the right time. It's never really I feel like I haven't really connected with it in the right way until recently. And so I'm really enjoying reading it, just kind of really diving into my spirituality more, kind of figuring out what I believe and how everything's connected, kind of digging into these lessons. I know I said the lesson of patience, the lesson of community, the energetic fields, the crazy things happening, the planetary alignments and the cosmic energy shifts. There's so much happening, and I think that I'm really beginning to tap into it and kind of starting to understand what I already know in the depths of myself, what I already know to be true in my soul, in my karma, in my previous incarnations. What I really know, tapping into and understanding what these lessons are that I need to learn and need to embody in this physical life that we're living. I know this is so woo-woo. I'm sorry if you came to this podcast for talking about, anything basic, but I'm just letting it flow right now. I just passed the border into Pennsylvania. You guys, I have never been to Pennsylvania before. This is so cool. I just passed the street sign in. For those of you who were wondering, do not worry. I am totally safe, eyes completely on the road. I have clipped my little travel microphone to my shirt, and I'm just rambling into it. I am fully present on the road, don't you worry. I also am fully present in these thoughts. If you can't tell, literally I'm just rambling. And I think that I don't even know what the message is. I don't know what I'm going to title this episode. Like I said, I don't know what I know yet, but it's the time. I feel like this is the time where I'm really starting to connect with it, connect with who I am, who I'm meant to be. I wrote my intention going into the cruise ship to connect deeper to my purpose. I keep feeling like I'm on the verge of something and I never quite put my finger on or really get what it is. And I felt like I was really on that same wavelength. A couple of years ago when I went to Hawaii, me and my best friend spent a couple of weeks there, just living, just being fully free, little gremlins running around the island, meeting people, going to events, dancing, swimming, doing wildlife activities, And I really felt like going into that trip, I was on the verge of this huge shift. And then my mom passed away. And I think it like, I don't know if the state of grief or what, or this just big life event, I kind of feel like I was reverted back onto this path of like unknowingness, unknown. And it's okay. And I think it's all part of the master plan in some ways. Do I know what that looks like yet? No, obviously. But I think I've been going through these, emotions and trials and tribulations and tests, true life tests, over the past couple of years. And I think I'm almost reaching that point again of like on the verge of like, what is my purpose? Finding it, tapping into it, reaching some sort of like next, phase of life or season of life and what that looks like for me and how it gives to the world. How does it give to the world? And you may have a very different idea of one's life purpose, but I think the purpose of each person's life here, it's not for that person, it's for the greater good, it's for the collective. So my purpose on this earth, what is it? What am I going to do with this life that helps or benefits or heals the collective, everyone around me, everyone in my energy field, everyone in my path, every person, the earth, the everything, like it is all connected. All of it. It's so funny to me, not funny, but and I was in this thought process once before, but it's intriguing. It's fascinating how people can think or not understand how deeply and seriously everything is so intertwined, connected, like inherently. I think I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for again, but like everything and everyone and every moment. And for people who don't get that or don't believe it or don't see it, like I said, I've been in the past, I was kind of in this thought process of I just had different like beliefs of the world and different understandings, and who knows, all of these could change in the future. We are constantly evolving and changing, but I've learned so much in the past few years about the like inevitable interconnectedness of the world and universe and beyond. And I feel like a lot of people don't have that understanding yet. Like it's not something we talk about, even though it's like scientifically proven. But not everyone has that same, thirst to understand or like belief in science, and that's okay. Everyone is on their own different journey. And I don't even know if it's science per se. It's the spirituality behind it that kind of, for me, it makes it all like mesh and be understandable. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe this episode will be titled like connecting, diving into spirituality, diving into my spirituality, uncovering the truths, uncovering the deep buried truths. Who knows? But it's cool. It's things I want to share. It's things I want to share with the world. And I think also Groove Cruise, it's funny because when we booked this cruise like a year in advance, over a year in advance, I think, I was like, this, I saw these other YouTube creators on the ship and connecting and making content together. And that was like the final push, I think. I was like, this will be the thing that pushes me into, this realm of connectivity, or like this kind of pushes me into, like, I don't know, the next level with my YouTube channel, right? It was kind of very like surface level material in that way. And after having this experience, it has seriously like blown apart my world, because I can already feel it playing this big role in in everything, in what I create and how I create it, the connections that I've made with other people, but not in the way that I was expecting it to, not in the way that I originally wanted it to, not in the way that, I don't know, I originally thought it was going to. But it's kind of like, I'm proud of myself because I really trusted my instinct. I said, this is going to be crazy. This is going to push me to the next level. And even, I don't know what that looks like yet. I just got off this boat a week ago. Not even, like a few days ago. I just got off this boat and I'm already feeling like the momentum. And it's funny because since the beginning of January, I started talking about momentum, right? I was doing a lot of things for my side hustles, and I was making sure I was seeing people and doing all the things I said I was going to do and keeping that momentum. I think it's funny, oh my God, how as like two opposites, patience and momentum, like very go, 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 and also slow down. And maybe balance is the ultimate lesson, right? Because while I'm learning to have patience and let the things grow that are being planted, it's also like taking action to make those dreams a reality. So it's like the balance between working hard and having patience for things to erupt. And I'm feeling really good about it. I'm excited about the future. I'm excited about the present. I'm stoked on the past. Like, life's been crazy. Life's been hard. I've been curveballs left and freaking right. But you know what? We're rolling with the punches. We're learning how to effectively deal with these things. Maybe it's because I'm tapping into that spirituality, tapping into these lessons that go much deeper than these surface level material, like things that we think are necessities. It could be anything, but it's really cool to be on this journey. And I really do believe that if you've clicked on this episode, if you found me in some way, that it was part of the plan, right? Part of the master plan. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that, and you might not, but hopefully you've stuck around long enough to listen and maybe learn something. Maybe even if it's just opening your mind a little bit to hear, what the heck is she talking about? Look into this planetary alignment thing, because you were there on this earth. If you were there, maybe you didn't see it with your eyes, and maybe you didn't know it was happening. Maybe you didn't even feel the energy shift, but maybe the retrospective, research into it will have an effect on you. Maybe listening to this podcast, you start to think, maybe I need to tap into my purpose. Maybe I need to figure out what it is that I'm doing here. What is my role that I'm going to play in this earthly community, a humanity circle, and I'm here to connect, y'all. Like, this is not a one-man show. It might sound like it because I'm literally just standing here or sitting here rambling into a microphone and it's my show and blah, blah, blah. But no, nobody. It's far from that. It's anything but that. It's a collective. It's a conversation. I cannot share these things with you if you weren't there to teach me them in the first place, right? So it's all connected, and I want this to be a conversation. I want you to reach out. I want you to share your thoughts. This is funny because usually when I record, I can see how long I've been talking and all that jazz. It couldn't have been that long so far, right? I have no time and space recollection of how long I've been recording or speaking into this microphone. Yeah, my car was not made to drive through any sort of conditions, not even the regular ones, so bear with me. So anyway, if you've clicked here, thank you so much for being here. I recognize that podcasting has been kind of been thrown to the wayside, and I think it's because I had this vision originally for what it was going to be. And then I don't know, I think the vision has shifted a little bit, and I think that a lot of times I've been pouring my energy into other projects, and it's totally okay. I don't make it very easy for myself because my hands are always full with literally 100 million projects. Something I heard over the weekend on this boat that someone said to me was, this person, he was saying that he's the king of side hustles. But then he said, you have to know when to focus. You have to know when to stop and focus on one. Because you can have all the side hustles you want, but if you're not putting your energy enough into one project, you're not going to, bear the fruit of it. It's not going to be the success that you want it to be because you're not putting the amount of energy and resources necessary to creating it into, the vision. And so I think that that's one of the lessons I definitely took with me out of this weekend, so unintentionally. And that's so, again, it feels almost like at surface level, but kind of. It's like, damn, I needed to hear that. And not that I expect to make money from the podcast, but like projects, just even with the projects, side hustles, projects, all of the things, I am always doing 600 things. And so maybe it is time to crack down and make some choices. What do I want? What do I want to prioritize? And what does it look like? And that's why I'm grateful that I've been so patient with myself, not trying to put any intense, rigid barriers or timelines for myself, because I don't know yet. And I'm going to take the time to etch it out and schedule it out for the rest of the year. And it's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm feeling proud. I'm feeling happy and excited. And yeah, all good things. And I'm happy to share that with you. I think a lot of times there's a lot of other emotions that often, I guess, could have negative connotations, and that's okay because we're human and it's part of it. But I'm honored to be sharing such amazing feelings with you all right now. And so thank you for your patience. If you're listening to this podcast, thank you truly from the bottom of my heart. Your singular listen does not go unnoticed, and it means the world to me, because even if one person listens to this, I feel like I'm doing it's not for nothing. You know what I mean? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Let me recommend a song for you really quick before I end this episode. Usually I look in the Spotify on repeat playlist that Spotify makes for me, but because I'm driving, I don't want to look down at my phone and go take all that out and whatever. So I'm just going to recommend a song that has been stuck in my head for a few days, and pretty sure it's called Click, Click, Click. It's just a fun, goofy EDM banger. It's by Tiesto, but it's a D&B track. It's Tiesto, and I'm so sorry, I don't know the names of the other two artists that are included, but it's like a drum and bass track. It's so fun. Click, click, click. Definitely listen to it. There's my recommendation. I will put it in the show notes as always. And guys, I have some really exciting things coming up in the future. I'm so excited. I have a hot takes with some guests episode coming very, very soon to you. So make sure you're subscribed wherever you listen. I'm on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, Google, Amazon. I feel like I should be everywhere, but Someday I Have a Podcast is everywhere. Get excited. I am hoping to do a lot more guests in the future coming up this year. So yeah, stay tuned. Thank you so much for being here. And yeah, let's keep this conversation. You can always message me on Instagram. That information is also in the show notes. Thank you so much once again, and I'll talk your ear off in the next episode.